Imagine your entire future, your job, your clean record, your very freedom, is riding on a heads or tails call made on a smartphone app. It sounds like a plot from a bad movie, but for one woman in Georgia, it was a terrifying reality. She found herself handcuffed in the back of a squad car, not because of evidence, but because two officers decided to play a game of chance with her life. I'm Aden, the people's lawyer, and today on Citizen Shield we are breaking down the outrageous case of Sarah Webb to show you how discretionary arrest can turn into a total abuse of power, and what you need to do if you're ever caught in a situation where the cops are more interested in games than the law. This story starts in Duluth, Georgia. Officer Courtney Brown of the Roswell Police Department pulled over Sarah Webb for allegedly speeding on her way to work. It was a rainy day, and the officer claims Sarah was doing over 80 miles per hour in a 45 zone. Now, normally, a cop would use radar to prove that, but Officer Brown's equipment wasn't working. Her CAD system was frozen, and she didn't have a radar lock. When backup arrived, Officer Brown and Officer Christy Wilson started joking around while Sarah sat in her car, terrified. Instead of exercising professional judgment, Officer Wilson pulled out a coin flip app on her phone. They decided, heads for a ticket, tails for an arrest. The app landed on tails. The officers actually giggled about it on their body cams before walking up to Sarah's window, ordering her out of the car, and charging her with reckless driving. You have to ask, was this even legal? Here's the scary part. In many states, including Georgia, an officer's visual estimate of speed is actually enough to establish reasonable suspicion to pull you over. Furthermore, police have what is called discretionary arrest authority, meaning if they have probable cause for a crime, they can choose to arrest you instead of just giving you a citation. However, flipping a coin is the opposite of exercising real judgment. Courts have argued that when an officer uses a game of chance, they are failing to fulfill their legal duty to evaluate the specific facts of the case. In Sarah's case, there was no evidence of pacing, where the cop drives behind you at a set speed to measure your velocity, meaning their 80 miles per hour claim was just a guess. So what should you do if you find yourself facing an officer who is being unprofessional or even ridiculous like this? Sarah Webb actually did something right that saved her case later. She stayed completely calm. If she had been belligerent or resisted, the officers would have used that bad behavior as a pretext to justify the arrest. But she did make one massive mistake you must avoid. She gave the officer her phone passcode. Never unlock your phone for a cop. Officer Brown used that access to snoop through Sarah's personal life, just to find something to justify the illegal arrest she had already made. If you are ever in this position, you need to use your legal armor and say these exact words. Officer, I exercise my right to remain silent, and I will not answer any further questions until my lawyer is present. By invoking your Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights clearly, you stop the cops from twisting your words or using your confusion against you. Thankfully for Sarah, a whistleblower cop leaked the footage to the media, the charges were dropped, and both officers were eventually fired. But remember, her freedom shouldn't have depended on luck or a whistleblower. It should have depended on her rights, and your rights only work if you use them. Don't wait until you're in the back of a patrol car to learn the law. Subscribe to Citizen Shield right now to stay empowered. And if you want to know what to do when a cop claims they smell alcohol to trick you into a search, click right here to watch my next video. I'll see you over there.